We have a big New York Yankees free agency update as the Yankees are interested in both Max Scherzer and Tyler Matzek in bringing one of the two veteran pitchers onto the New York Yankees as the team looks to continue to strengthen their defense and their bullpen using guys who people aren't really too married to the idea of bringing them in on big roles. However, in recent showings of both of them, the Yankees have shown interest, and we're going to break it all down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Yankees Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into things as always. If you guys like the content, make sure to subscribe. If you're part of that 78% who hasn't subscribed and want daily New York Yankees news, updates, rumors, reports, live streams are coming, TikToks are coming, make sure to subscribe to Yankees Digest or I'm going to punch a wall and hurt my finger again. Guys, my finger hurts. Give me sympathy. But, no, in all seriousness, the New York Yankees, they've been revealed to be interested in both Max Scherzer and Tyler Matzek. Now, we're going to talk about Scherzer first because, well, he is the bigger name here, and he's a starter, and I think there's the Yankees bullpen, we kind of see the vision with that. The startingness, and I know that Scherzer could be moving to the bullpen, I understand that. But the fact that Scherzer's a longtime starter and MLB legend, it's fun to start with him. Now, Pat Ragazzo said it. Free agency right-hand pitcher Max Scherzer threw in front of teams at Cressy Sports Performance Pro Day earlier in the week, and he's told that scouts liked what they saw. The Mets, the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Blue Jays, the Phillies, the Braves, the Cubs, the Red Sox were among those who were present, and Scherzer has been in contact with the Toronto Blue Jays. So it's very interesting to see that that's where we're at right now, and as mentioned by Talkin' Yanks, the Yankee scouts were among those present, and they did like what they saw out of Max Scherzer. Now, Scherzer is an interesting case, because yes, you can put him in the bullpen, but it would be weird to do so. The Yankees have one more bullpen spot left as of right now, and clearly that should go to a lefty as they don't have one right now, when there's guys like Tim Hill available, Brooks Raley, Andrew Chafin, people like that. Obviously, you can make a trade like the video I pitched about Andrew Nardi. There's a few different options that the New York Yankees could take here. Signing Max Scherzer for your strict bullpen is an interesting one. The Yankees would have to make some moves around in order to bring in a lefty then, because their bullpen would be full, so they'd have to deal a bullpen pitcher or something like that. Or you just use Max Scherzer and replace him, or you replace you replace Marcus Stroman with him, and that's an interesting idea. I do think the New York Yankees are going to end up trading Marcus Stroman. I don't think it's going to be anytime soon, but I do think it's going to be once the spring gets a little closer. And when you guys look at it, spring's really just around the corner. We're 2 months away, under 2 months away. We're getting through this winter stuff, guys. I can't stand the cold weather, if I'm being honest. But we're getting closer to baseball season. Preseason starts literally in a month from now. Pitchers and catchers are about to report. Baseball's getting vamped up. We're about to see this, and I don't think that Stroman is going to get traded instantly once that begins, but I do think he will get traded a tiny bit before preseason, so it is in the future. Now, if the Yankees were to do that, they could replace him with Max Scherzer. It's an option that the team has. Scherzer spent time on the Texas Rangers last year and was meh. Nothing great, nothing special. He's clearly towards the end of his career. He's 41 years old. He's had a great MLB career, but at this point, it does feel like his time is coming to the end, and he's definitely far from his prime. The question is he completely washed? And if the answer is no, then using him as a guy who could be a middle relief pitcher and also a potential starter, if a guy like any of the Yankees' main starting five of Cole, Luis Gil, Carlos Rodon, Max Fried, Clark Schmidt, if one of them goes down with an injury, and that's probably at some point, at least one of them is going to miss some time with an injury. I'm not saying some long time, but could miss some time. You can plug Scherzer in as your starter. You could also do a bullpen game, but if you want Scherzer, you can plug him in as the starter. So it would make some sense in some world. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, but it's getting teased that Max Scherzer is probably, or the Blue Jays are probably the front runners for Scherzer. As it's reported here, he could be nearing a 1-year, $17 million deal with the Toronto Blue Jays, pending the Pete Alonso signing, as the Blue Jays are very interested in Pete Alonso, while Alonso is probably zeroing in right now on the Blue Jays or Angels if he does leave the Mets, which is feeling increasingly more likely somehow. I really don't know how the Mets botched that one. It felt like he was the perfect guy to kind of do the reverse thing of what the Yankees did with Judge and Soto and have Soto kind of protect Pete Alonso, so you have to pitch to Pete, which would have upped his numbers and created a pretty dangerous top of the order duo, but whatever. That's the Mets' problem. The Mets really don't look that good this season, if I'm being honest. I'm just being real. I don't think they look that good. Outside of Juan Soto, obviously, he's phenomenal. But with all this happening, I think the Yankees are in a tough race for Max Scherzer, and I think they're one of the teams that needs him the least. And everybody understands the Yankees have one of the best starting rotations in baseball. I don't think they're going to be as interested in Scherzer as other guys are, and I think he's going to end up going somewhere else and not to the New York Yankees. Last season, Scherzer had a .4 WAR, which is not very good. Only went 2-4 on the season wins-loss wise. Had a 3.95 ERA in 9 games. He started all of them. Whip was not bad at all still. It was over 1, but it wasn't bad. I mean, Max Scherzer is still a very, very solid pitcher, and teams still could totally use him in their starting rotation. And I imagine he'd rather join a starting rotation than pitch for some bad team. Because even if he joins a starting rotation, he could get traded at the deadline for some mid-level prospect at best. But a team could still get something for Max Scherzer at the deadline, even if he signs with a bad team. But we will see what happens. Obviously, the Blue Jays do want to win, including the Red Sox. The Mets also want to win. I could see him going back to the Mets as well. The Mets could use another starting arm in there. So it'll be interesting to see. I will say one thing. I do not expect Max Scherzer to be a New York Yankee. I could say that with certainty. However, we do have another guy in Tyler Matzek, who Ragazzo also said the Yankees are interested in. Scouts who watched free agent lefty Tyler Matzek's bullpen in Irvine, California yesterday said he looked strong and healthy and could be an MLB bullpen option for teams. The Mets, the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Phillies are among some of the teams that attended and fit. Obviously, as I mentioned earlier, the New York Yankees, they don't have a left-handed reliever right now. There's obviously better options than Tyler Matzek, who's struggled in recent times. I mean, he missed all of 2022, came back to the Braves, or missed all of 2023, excuse me. Came back to the Braves in 2024, clearly not healthy, had just a straight-up atrocious, abysmal, whatever word you want to use, season. But I don't know if that fully reflects on Matzek. I mean, as Ryan Garcia, who we love on this channel, mentioned, across 20 playoff appearances, Tyler Matzek has a 1.48 ERA and a 40.4% strikeout percentage, including the most electric inning in Braves history. Fastball regressed post-injury, but he could bring back his nasty cutter and have a pretty disgusting 3-team mix. Bring me the nutsack. But yeah, look, it's an interesting idea. I would prefer Tim Hill. I would prefer Brooks Raley if you could find another lefty in the meantime. But I understand why the Yankees would be interested in Matzek, and I think they should pursue him. It's obviously there's a big race for him. There will be a few different teams that want to take the chance that he gets it back, but the New York Yankees should be in there, and there is a world where they're the ones who land him. I think it's way more likely that they land Matzek than what's his face? Scherzer. Wow, I'm really blanking out. I'm about to do a live stream on Nick's Digest, if I'm being honest, so I keep looking at the clock. I'm sorry, guys. But Matzek also had a record of 8-9 with an ERA of 3.40, 166 strikeouts, and 1 save in his 143 appearances since 2020. He's been a solid relief pitcher 2 seasons under 2 before in 2022 had a 3.50 ERA and then jumped to a 9.90 in the 10 games that he showed up in, but after coming back from an injury. So Matzek is in a weird spot right now, and I do think that he'll get a job. I think Scherzer will get a job as well, without a doubt. Both of these guys will get jobs. I'd be shocked if Scherzer ends up in pinstripes. Matzek, I would imagine he doesn't, but there's definitely a higher chance of it, and I love the Yankees are doing their due diligence and targeting these guys. But I do want to hear from you guys, so let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, guys. Happy Friday night, and go Yankees.